The magician takes a shuffled deck of cards, and to demonstrate that, he even shuffles it in front of the spectator. After he had shuffled the deck, he takes out 2 predictions. Then the magician starts to deal cards down and asks the spectator to stop him whenever he wants. After he stopped him, he puts one of his prediction on top of the cards he had dealt, and then he puts the remaining deck on it. Then he does the same thing he had done before. Now he puts the other prediction on top of the cards, and then he puts the remaining deck on it. Then he spread the deck and takes out the prediction and the card on the right. It shows that his 2 prediction matched the cards where the spectator stopped him. The spectator was speechless and couldn't figure out how it was possible.
To do this trick, you need a normal deck of playing cards and 2 random red cards. That will be our predictions. Once you choose the 2 red prediction, you have to take the corresponding blue cards and put one on top and one on the bottom of the deck. Once you have made this small setup, you can even shuffle the deck, keeping the top and the last card in his position. If you're afraid of breaking the setup, you can also not shuffle the deck. Then you have to start dealing cards and ask to the spectator to stop you whenever he wants. For the tutorial, I put the setup face up to make you understand better how this trick works. After he's stopped you, place on them the prediction that corresponds with the bottom card, and then place the remaining deck on it. Now starts to deal cards again, and also this time stop whenever the spectator wants. Place the other prediction on them, and then the remaining deck. If you have followed the steps correctly, the trick is already done. As you can see, the card next to the prediction corresponds with it.
The magician takes a shuffled deck of cards, and to demonstrate that, he even shuffles it in front of the spectator. After he shuffled the deck, the magician makes the spectator select a random card. The spectator had picked the 10 of clubs. The magician then takes back the spectator card and places it in the middle of the deck. Then, to lose the card even more, the magician gives a riffle shuffle to the deck. Then he asks to the spectator to say a random number, and the spectator says 7. So the magician starts to deal cards until he reaches the 7th one. When he reaches it, he asks him if that 6 of clubs was his card, but he says no. So he takes the spectator card as an invisible card and places it 7th from the top. Then he starts to deal the cards another time, but this time the spectator card is really the 7th card. The spectator is speechless and has no clue how he did it.
To do this trick, you need a normal deck of playing cards. The trick requires no setup, so you can mix the deck how you prefer. After you mix the deck, you have to make the spectator select a random card. In this case, the spectator card is the 3 of hearts. Then you have to control the card to the top of the deck. To do so, I used a double undercut, but you can use the control that you prefer. After you controlled the card to the top, ask to the spectator a random number. Let's say that this time he said 7. So deal down 7 cards. When you get to the 7th card, ask to the spectator if it was his card, but he will say no. Then place the cards that you just dealt on top of the deck, and now the trick is done. Now deal 6 cards, and in the 7th position, there will be the spectator card.
The magician takes a shuffled deck of cards, and to demonstrate that, he even shuffles it in front of the spectator. After he had shuffled the deck, he asks to the spectator to cut the deck in 4 piles. After the spectator had made the 4 piles, the magician tells him to put the first 3 cards at the bottom of the pile and then deal 1 cards on each pile, and to do the same thing with all the 4 piles. After this strange shuffle, the magician waves his hand over the 4 piles and reveals that on top of each pile there was an ace. The spectator was speechless and couldn't figure out how it was possible.
To do this trick, you need a normal deck of playing cards and a small setup. The setup consists in taking the 4 aces and put them on top the deck. You can also shuffle the deck in front of the spectator, but keep attention to don't mix the first 4 cards. For a better understanding of the trick, I have flipped the 4 aces face up. Now you have to make the spectator split the deck in 4 piles. After he had made the 4 piles, take the first 3 cards and place them on the bottom of the deck, and then deal 1 card in each pile. You have to repeat the same process for all the piles. You can also make the spectator do all these moves. In this way, you will get a better reaction. As you can see when you arrive to the last pile, where all the aces are, you place the top random cards on the bottom, and then you deal 1 ace in each pile, and the trick is done. Here are the tricks, guys. Let me know in the comments if you prefer video with more trick like this and smash the like button.